All right, let's get going. It's Monday. It's 1 o'clock. Let's get rocking. Let's get rolling. We've got hang on one second here. I'm hearing myself twice. All right. We have so many crazy things coming. So many good things happen. I'm so fired up about National Convention next week in Florida, getting to be around other top leaders. When I get to be around leaders, man, that's something that fills me up. When I get to be around leaders and getting to be around some leaders next week, super excited about that. Super excited about being around the integrity guys and just digesting on a deeper level, digesting more and more what that opportunity to go partner at integrity really means and the power that's there. So fired about so many things, but let's get right into the numbers. I've got some special guests and then I've got something I want to share with you that if you'll just buy in, I promise you it'll help you. It'll help you build a bigger business here. It'll help you write more business here. It'll help you at home. It'll help you in your relationships. It'll help you be happy. I'm telling you, what I'm going to share with you at the end of the call today is that powerful. It's an overarching thing that's going to touch every aspect of your life. I promise you. All right, let's get going. So we're going to do all producers over 1,000. We're going to start with Jasmine McFarland, $1,048.20. Kyle Murrow, $1,174.68. Kenneth Eppy, $2,068.20. Kelly Lynn Curgis, $2,373.84. Mimi Ramiro, $3,413.04. Jacob Woods just does this just on Sundays. Jacob Woods, $3,523.95. Jeremico Edwards, $3,614.40. Evan Patzer, $5,765.68. Sabrina Floyd, 17 applications. Sabrina, holy cow, 17 applications, $6,868.68. Gustavo and Mercedes Tehran, $7,189.56. I love what you're posting, Mercedes. I love posting 10K a week. I'm getting closer. Guys, when you're out there producing, do like Mercedes. Post, share. Tell us where you're at. Tell us what results you're getting. There's no such thing as too much encouragement. Nobody's ever been declared dead, and then the autopsy turns out he died from too much encouragement. Never happened. Let me tell you, Mercedes, when I'm out there writing and I see you posting that gets me excited. It makes me want to push harder because I don't like losing. I know you don't like losing either, but just guys, the more people we get posting that good news, that good stuff, I'm telling you, it's going to not only make the team better, it's going to make you better. I'm telling you what, when I know that I've got to put a score up, I'm going to play harder. If I know my score is not going to get put up, I'm not going to play as hard. So Mercedes, I love that stuff. Keep posting it. I'm going to keep posting mine. I didn't get mine posted from this morning before the call today because everything went long. So I'm glad I'm just here to do the call. That's how every appointment went this morning. All right. Mark Hutchinson, $7,258.36. Number two, I'm really fired up about number two. Misha Marsh, 12 applications, $9,650.12. Misha, I'm so proud of you. I've been hearing you saying leadership stuff. I'm telling you, you are coming roaring back. I love it. And I want you to share with everybody just a little bit what you got going on. And then I led the week last week, personal production, $11,808.18. Chris Norris is calling me and texting me about an annuity appointment. There's a lot going on. All right. Now, one thing I will say, report your production. The boys, the guys in the office here will post in the chat. They'll post the link to do that. If you'll on Friday, go report your production on our website through tdgfinancial.com. We'll get you recognized. We don't get good data on the e-apps from the carriers. So if you're writing a lot of e-apps and you're like, I don't hear my name on Submit, we'll always catch it on Issue Paid. But man, I'd love to get you some recognition on Submit too. All right, let's do recruiting from last week. All with one direct completed fast track. You got Noel Wilson, Alfonso Bell, Jeremico Edwards, Joseph Albarano, and Eduardo Soto leading the way with 8 direct completed fast tracks. Brandon and Ashley Beal. Brandon, dude, you continue to rock it in recruiting, man. You get my guys in the office here, the base shop team, you get them fired up, man. All right, enrolled in licensing. Again, same thing. Report your enrollees in licensing through the website, and because we want to give you recognition. We literally don't get a report from most of the pre-licensing companies when you enroll one of your new people into licensing. So do let us know. We want to give you recognition. Last week, the ones we have, Jeremico Edwards had 1 direct, and then the base shop here we had 5 direct. Completed contracts last week. James Jones, Evan Patzer, Rogers and Kim Straughter, all with 1, and leading the way, Brandon and Ashley Beal with 6. All right, let's do recognition from last month. We got the final numbers. Last week we had through the 29th. Now we've got the final numbers for December through the 31st. Top 10 producers. All right, now we're gonna give some light to there's 4 people just outside the top 10, and it was close. So I do want to shine some light. Sabrina Floyd, Diana Castillo, Noel Wilson, Rogers and Kemp Straughter. Y'all were just outside. But top 10, Mimi Ramiro, $14,323.52. Number 9, Sheena Flowers. I got Sabrina Floyd, Sheena Flowers. Sheena Flowers, $15,233.70. Sheena, I know you are going to kill it. This is your year, Sheena. That was on 19 apps. Eduardo Soto with $19,449.54. Had a big app there, man. That's awesome, dude. Number 7, Billy Crane, $24,388.55 across 34 applications. Evan Patzer, $25,000. This is 6th place, $25,468.65 across 23 apps. Way to go, bro. Jeremico Edwards, 28 apps. Good for number 5 at $25,705.37. Evan and Jeremico just so close right there. Mark Hutchison, 4th place, $26,385.36. Number 3, Gustavo and Mercedes Tehran, $28,231.66. Do you know what that means, Mercedes? Number 2, me, $28,000. Listen, $981.30. God, this is like a half an app. I love it. I love the competition. And number 1, Tucker Parrish, $31,858.44 across 18 apps. Way to go, brother. Awesome. All right, let's go to recruiting. The final numbers on recruiting for the month of December. The recruiting leaderboards get me excited. The sales is fun. And I know we have a lot of new people and they're just getting started on sales. Don't get intimidated, but I'm telling you, building a team, building a sales team is so much fun. I mean, it's just fun having a team. It's fun doing it with a team. It's fun having a team. And that's how you get to financial freedom, is building a massive team. So who was doing that last month? All with 1 direct completed contract. You got Sabrina Floyd, Diana Castillo, Latasha Patterson, Jonathan Henderson, Devin C. and Keith Phillips. I think Phillips is his last name. Only got last initials on here. All with 2 direct completed contracts last month. You got Mercedes and Gustavo. Gustavo says it's coming this year. The recruiting is coming. Mark Hutchison, Evan Patzer, Eduardo Soto, and Rogers and Kim Straughter tied with 5 direct completed contracts last week. Noel Wilson. Noel, dude, I'm proud of you. Keep connecting me, brother. I'm going to help you every way I can. And Austin Heater. Austin, way to go, brother. 5 direct completed contracts. We had 10 direct here in the base for number 2. And number 1, Brandon and Ashley Beal. Way to go, guys. Way to go. All right, let's look at agency managers. 5th place agency manager last month. You got Evan Patzer with $33,773.96. 4th place, Eduardo Soto, $44,528.56. Number 3, Beal, Brandon Ashley Beal, $62,363.91. Excuse me. All right. Big numbers get me fired up. Number 2, Jeremico Edwards, $99,775.25. I know you got big plans for January, brother. And number 1 would be my base shop outside of all agency managers, another $142,975.03. There's always that competition going on. Who's the #1 overall organization on the team? The month of December, that was my buddy, Mr. Eduardo Soto, at $140,666.43. Coming just behind him, Jeremico Edwards at just under 100,000. Then it gets tight. It's starting to get jammed up. Hutch used to be the clear #3, but Gustavo and Mercedes are coming in there. You've got Castillo coming in there. I mean, I'm telling you, there's going to be some big breakthroughs this year. I'm telling you. All right. Let's see. All right. Now let's go to year-end team specific. Everybody wants to know who were the top 10 producers last year. I'll give you number 10, over 126,000, Sabrina Floyd. Number 9, Diana Castillo. This is for the year, $145,394.34. Number 8, Austin Heater, $158,860.13. Number 7, Mimi Ramiro, $178,721.12. Number 6, Gustavo and Mercedes Tehran, $204,801.07. Gustavo, I'd love to look at your 2019 number. Bro, the percentage jump y'all made this year just blows my mind. So fired up. All right, then there's a big jump now getting into the top 5. Number 5, Jeremico Edwards, $415.40. Big jump to number 4, Evan Patzer, $321,278.47. Billy and Ada Crane, $327,513.01. Brandon and Ashley Beal, $334,021.57. Then a massive jump to number 1, massive jump. Mark Hutchison, $453,634.92. So proud of you guys. So proud of everybody on this team. All right, new promotions last month. Listen to all these new IBAs, all these new business associates that did their first issue pay business last month. Antonin DiCarlo, Andrew Spodek, Kenneth Epi, Alejandra Samamigo. Alejandra, please, or whoever hired Alejandra, please let me get your last name correct. All right, Erica Manuzia, Tasia Serrato, Mary Weir, Michael Sykes, Stephen Pagliari, Cassandra Bennett, Kyle Murrow, Nicholas Greco, Adina Decker, Seth Decker, Ray Barnes. All right, all brand new qualified IBAs. Way to go. Qualified business promoter, Tucker Parrish. Way to go, brother. Qualified business developers. You got Sarah Stevens, Martez Washington, Lenoris Washington. Watch out for the Washington brothers. I'm telling you, they're going to do something big this year. I just feel it. And then Jonathan Henderson, also qualified business developer, Hindu. Andy is so fired up about what's going to happen for you this year. And new qualified key leader, my buddy, Diana Castillo. So fired up, Diana. We're going to hear from you in a minute. All right, let's get some guests on, and then I'm going to get into the heart of the message. So first guest I want to get on, I told you I was proud of you when I was reading the numbers off for Submit this week. I know you're going to have a massive 2021, Misha. Misha, can you turn your camera on, turn your audio on? And here's what I want you. Just share some of the good stuff going on in your world. What are you fired up about? What has gotten into you? And what are you going to do this year?
Hey, Stephen. Hello, team. How is everybody? Stephen, can you hear me okay?
Loud and clear.
Good, good. Thank you so much. Thank you, and Holly, for allowing me on the call this afternoon. I am fired up. I'm happy and excited to be back. I'm just so grateful that my leaders, Rogers and Jeremico, consistently push me like, Misha, come back. We need you back. We need you back. And I'm fired up this year because we have the ability to make partner. So when I came back a couple of weeks ago and heard you fired up about that, I said, if Steven's fired up about that and he's working and he's on the dial sessions, let me do something. He knows something, so I'm going to follow that. And I've just been excited. I'm grateful to be able to come back. I'm grateful for the team who's still been consistent and doing everything. And I'm just honored to be able to come back and, not miss a beat, still learning. I'm jumping in just like a newbie. I'm on the dial sessions, following the training, jumping on all the calls. And I'm just excited to make partner this year. I want to be able to make partner too. Steven's going for it. I want to go for it. So, Stephen, I just, thank you again for the opportunity to be on the call and, to speak to the team today. And, you're going to see some big things from me this year, like not like before, like big, big. I'm talking about massive big. So, but the call is back over to you.
I love it. Thank you, Misha. Thank you for sharing. I'm so proud of you. I saw that submit number last week. Me and Holly both gave it we were fired up. So keep rocking. Keep rocking.
Thank you so much.
Awesome. All right, let's go to Gustavo and Mercedes, or Mercedes and Gustavo, however you want to do it. Y'all had a record month last month. Highest personal production month ever. Gustavo's talking smack about recruiting. I could not be more fired up about what y'all are going to do in 2021. So, Mercedes, you want to go first? Just tell us some of the good stuff. What are you excited about? What has made for this massive jump? I do want to look at that number. What y'all did in 2019 versus 2020, it's got to be a massive percentage jump. So you're killing it. Over 28,000 last month, right at $9,568.56 on your way to 10,000 this week again. I love it. Mercedes, share some of the good stuff.
Hi, Stephen. Thank you again for having us. Can you hear my accent?
Loud and clear.
We are very grateful for this 2020. I personally, I was talking before Gustavo and me, what is the most gratefully that we had on 2020. And I'm so sorry, I need to repeat the same thing in 2019. I'm grateful to be here in the Alliance. I don't know if most of the people know, I came from corporate, and I was banker for a long time, for all my life. And I'm sure, and 100% sure, that I can't have enough time to be with my husband in the most difficult time. And thank God we had the Alliance, because it was the only way to manage my time for my family. That is the first thing. And at the same time, doing the job. I'm so grateful for being here. Gus.
Hello, everybody. This is Gustavo Teran. Well, yeah, we also want to say that gratefulness comes with the leadership. I think we are really, really grateful of being in the Alliance, with the leadership of the Alliance, but especially with Steven and Holly. We were laughing, me and Mercedes. I have to say that, I gotta say this clear. Every penny, every single penny that Steven had made with us in overrides, he earned it hard. He had to work every penny with blood and tears and sweat, because we were not an easy bite to take. It was complicated, a bunch of stuff. Besides of the personal situation, the background that we both have has made us a very tough plate. And be next to Steven when things were hard, and another thing was hard. You think that's the easy part. When things start to work, and then I call Steven and say, hey, I'm doing what you're telling me to do and still don't see it. And he tell me, keep the course, you will see it, because he has seen it before. But when you're fighting, it doesn't always feels like you're winning. The other guy will hit you many times. And even though you're doing the right things, you will get discouraged, you will get hit. Life will throw you a couple of curveballs. That will happen. I don't know your case, I know mine, but being able to have Steven and Holly, like, oh my God, I don't want to tell you how many times I call him crying. I'm a big crier though, you will see. Crying like, oh my God, I know this is the right thing, but I feel like, I cannot say because this is a PG hour. I feel like this. And he was like so calming, like, you know what? Don't worry about it. It will happen. You're doing the right thing. It was a big challenge there. It was a big challenge. I don't know if you want to say something else, baby. I cannot hear you. Amor. There you go.
There you go.
There you
Trust in your managers. You must trust them because they know our goals, our numbers in 2020, sweetie.
Okay. You say how, if you want to do something great in December, I think you should start in September to push to get to a good December. Maybe you guys have a different experience, but for me, if you push today, you will see results 3 months from now. I've heard this guy tell this so many times, and then I said, well, whatever, yeah. But then you realize that when you live it, that it's actually what happens. I've been talking to Steven to get to $40,000 in personal production in 1 month, 3 months ago. I'm pushing to get that result since, I will say, September. I may be mistaken for a month, but not more. And then we still getting, we are we're submitting enough to get there, but then we realize this is not enough. We need to do more. And again, recruiting is the same thing. I'm pushing for recruiting, and I know the result will not be immediately there. I'm grateful of you, my friend, mi amigo. I'm grateful that I can read again. I'm grateful that I don't have a headache after 20 minutes of reading. It's so much stuff that we can do. It's so much stuff that we will do. And I'm happy to be in Thailand. Yeah, the numbers, you say, what is the big jump? That basically she doesn't have to stop working to take care of me. That is the big difference from 2020. It wasn't just that I couldn't work. It was that I couldn't drive. I couldn't cook. I can't still, but I'm trying. There is a bunch of stuff that we live and we need to adapt. And I will recommend all the new and the old guys. The thing is, the old guys know that paying attention, do what you tell us to do, is the right thing. The new guys don't know that yet. It's not because you said so, the things are. It's not because you said so. You said the stuff because they are that way. And sometimes we don't understand that. Sometimes, especially me with the hard head that I have, even with the tumor, it takes time for me to say, okay, Stephen was right. I think that the part of being coachable is to give you the confidence, the vote of confidence. I don't know if I'm saying this right in English, to say, even though I'm not sure, I'm gonna do it because you tell me to do, and you know better than I am, that I do. That is, I think, the biggest change that we have done in this year. Just a little information, because I know we went over. Every time that Mercedes agreed with me, she agreed with me. Every time that she doesn't agree with me, she said, we should put this through Steven. When she say that, she wants to say no. But she said, okay, can we go to Steven? And then I have wrote Steven, I need coaching, and then in parentheses, mediation about this subject. He knows already. And I imagine that you guys leave the same thing. I think 2020 will be a great year, because the coaching is different. The level definitely is different. We are shooting for the extension, definitely. We're shooting for agency manager, definitely. There is a bunch of stuff that we want to change. Planning is one thing. We have Andy this week here, and I'm very jealous of our Sunday. Our Sunday is family time, but because we're gonna be out of the field Wednesday and Thursday, we had to go work on Sunday. I'm not in the field yet, Give me a second. I will come back. You will see the numbers. We're working on it. Thank you very much, Steven. Thank you very much for everything, bro.
I love it, bro. And it is never hard to coach you. It is never hard to coach you guys because I love you guys, and you are so coachable. And that's a key thing. When people stay coachable, they stay growing. And what'll happen is we get to a certain point, and then we stop seeking coaching. You'll see people grow on an exponential curve, and then stop. We got to keep seeking coaching. I got to keep seeking coaching. Does that make sense? I can't look at my numbers and go, I got to figure it out. No, I still need to seek coaching from Andy. That's one of the biggest changes I'm making this year, is to be more aggressive in seeking coaching. All right. Nate, one thing I want to advertise real quick. Next Monday, we got a special guest, Terry Edwards, on the Monday Message next week. I'm telling you, I would get everybody that I know on my team, everybody that I think I might want on my team. I would get them on the call next week. Terry is going to light this up next week. I'm telling you, he is on fire. I was talking with the guy, and he was like, why this about Terry Edwards? Why that about Terry Edwards? I'm like, you understand, Terry Edwards has passed a ton of people. Like, his trajectory is killing it. So anytime you can get someone that much on fire, anytime you can get around them, you want to get around them, get caught up in it. That's why I'm putting myself around Andy and Paul as much as I can, trying to get caught up in that partnership draft, Awesome. So I want to promote that. Next guest I want to get before I get into my content is Diana Castillo. Diana, brand new qualified key leader, biggest month ever in the history of your team. You got people moving and shaking. You're moving and shaking. And I heard through the grapevine, me, that you're about to put a beat down production-wise on some people this year. Light us up. Share some of the good stuff you got going on. Congratulations, qualified key leader.
Yeah, I told a few of y'all, I just put it out there quietly that I was going to sneak in at the end of the year. Some of y'all didn't believe me. Guess what? Mama D back, y'all, and I'm about to put a smack down on a few of y'all that's been sleeping on me. I'm telling you right now. Hold on. Look at my face. I'm serious. Serious right here. Right here. So, yes, I'm fired up. Getting ready to go agency manager by June. So we ready. I'm fired up about Thailand. Ooh, man, thank you so much for all your encouragement, your little 3 feet of meanness that you're married to, because I'm telling you what, she is not letting up on me. She not gonna let me miss none of them goals, and I appreciate it. Man, I'm so excited. I'm fired up. We getting it. We after it.
I love it. I'm so proud of you. So proud of you. Holly's proud of you. And Diana ain't kidding, man. If you want Holly to tell you the truth, she will tell you the truth.
I'm gonna tell you what, man.
Sometimes the truth could peel paint off of concrete. That's how strong the truth is sometimes.
But it will get you moving for sure. Cause what you don't want to do is go back to Holly and be like, ain't nobody got time for that. Nah, dog.
Hey, the truth will set you free, but it's likely going to piss you off first. I'm so proud of you. I just wanted to share some of your energy. Actually, I wanted to take some of your energy and share it. Fired up. I know you're going agency manager. I know if I'm ahead of you on the leaderboards, I'm nervous because I know you're coming. I know you're coming this year. So fired up. I appreciate all your leadership.
Yeah, I've already got some alliances in the works. So I got some running buddies. We got some partners going on.
I love it. Hey, appreciate your leadership on the Dial Jams. Appreciate Billy Crane, your leadership on the Dial Jam. The Dial Jam is such a it's a great place to be. It's a great place to absorb. Misha, you've been on there, and it's not a coincidence that your production is taking off. So come join us, 2:30, Dial Jam. We are starting again at 2:30 with Evan Patzer. So proud of you, Diana. Keep rocking. Light it up. All right. So here's what I want to talk about. And this is something that will likely irritate you, but will 100% set you free if you'll buy in. Most people don't want to buy in. Most people do not want to buy in. They don't want to hear what I would have to say. If I tried to sell what I'm getting ready to tell you about in the general population, right? We have a leadership culture here where we're all about leadership. So it's an easier sell here. It's 1,000 times easier sell here. But in the general populace, if you start talking about taking 100% responsibility for where you are at in life, they don't want to hear it. They want to play the blame game. The only two things that the rest of the world's concerned about is what's not fair and whose fault is it. What's not fair? Whose fault is it? That's all they want to talk about. Let me tell you something. And this is, I gotta get you with me on this. If you didn't create your circumstances, then you can't uncreate them. You're stuck. If you didn't create your circumstances, you're stuck. I think about Gustavo Mercedes. That's part of the reason I wanted y'all on, so I could talk about y'all after everybody sees y'all. So they faced a really unfair thing. Really unfair. A brain tumor, that's unfair. That's unfair. So they could do one of two things. They could have been like, that's not fair. Now our whole business is crashing because this unfair thing happened. And I would agree that what happened was unfair. But that's not, they didn't respond like that. They didn't blame and then just fester and get, they decided to do something about it. They said, hey, this happened. What do we do now? That's one of the reasons Holly and I are so inspired by what they did. And those of y'all that I talk to, and I say it on all the time, they inspire me because a very unfair thing happened. And they said, but what do we need to do? And they did what needed to be done. And to me, that's just inspiring because I get people that they'll get upset about something. They'll just sit and pout and not go personally produce, not go recruit, not go whatever. And it's just like, what are you doing? Gustavo and Mercedes were dealt an unbelievably unfair hand of cards, but they decided to do something about it. Now I'm going to draw out something for you in a little bit, but I want you to get your mind right. If you didn't create your circumstances, then you're basically screwed. There's nothing you can, if you didn't create your current circumstances, then you've got to get the whole world to agree to change their ways for anything to change for you. You got to get the whole world. You get buy-in from, 8 billion people. How many billion people? You got to get the whole world to buy in and say, hey, we're sorry. We're all going to change our ways so that your situation changes. Ain't going to happen. I'm telling you, you created your circumstances. I created my circumstances. I'm not going to be the first partner in the Alliance at Integrity. I created my circumstances. You say, well, but didn't this happen? And didn't that happen? And didn't it? I created my circumstances. Once you buy into that, what I'm going to sell you next is a lot easier for you to buy. But I gotta have you buy in that you created your current circumstances. So what if you're not happy about your current circumstances? I got a solution for you. I got something that's going to help you. But you got to buy in that you created your current circumstances. I created my current circumstances. Here's the thing about results. Results don't lie. That's why I love leaderboards. Leaderboards don't lie. Leaderboards don't lie. I got beat. But I only got beat because results don't lie. Results don't lie. George Washington Carver. I got 3 quotes for you as we get in the material. George Washington Carver, 99% of all failures come from people who have the habit of making excuses. 99% of failures come from people with the habit of making excuses. You know them. I know them. They're always getting ready to. They're living on someday I'll. Someday I'll. They got the busiest day of the year planned for tomorrow. God, that's when they're going to do everything. Tomorrow. 99% of failures come from people who have the habit of making excuses. George Washington Carver. I love that quote. Here's another one. Wayne Dyer. Holly's a big fan of Wayne Dyer's writings. All blame is a waste of time. No matter how much you find fault with another, and regardless of how much you blame him, it will not change you. That's why blamers never get the state change inside that they're seeking. That's why they never get it. They're seeking, they don't like the way they feel inside. And if we're just talking business, they're looking at the leaderboard, they're going, I don't like that. They're looking at promotion, I don't like that. They're like, I don't like that. So they blame to seek a state change because they don't like the way they feel inside. So they blame to try and change the state inside. But that's the problem. All the blame in the world won't change you. All the blame in the world won't change me. So that state change we seek through blame, it never comes. And that's why blamers, you'll see blamers, they're always frustrated. They're always upset. They're always discouraged because they never get that state change inside. It stays the same because blame never changes who you are. When I read that quote from Wayne Dyer, I was like, that's it right there. That's why blamers are always so frustrated and upset and nobody understands them and it's not fair and this not fair. They're seeking that state change, but they stay the same because blame won't change you. Blame won't change anything inside of you. Here's another one. I like Lou Holtz. We had Lou Holtz speak at one of our conventions, and that dude is hilarious. Like I've seen him on TV. You get a good idea. He's probably good sense of humor. Let me tell you, backstage, that joker's hilarious. He's got the best stories. Lou Holtz says the man who complains about the way the ball bounced is likely the one who dropped it. So the football player going, the minute that ball, it bounced wrong. It was a bad bounce. It was a bad bounce. It's unfair. I can't believe it bounced that way. If you hadn't have dropped it, it wouldn't have been bouncing, brother. I love that quote. The man that complains about how the ball bounced is likely the one who dropped it. That's Lou Holtz. He's got a million of them, by the way, like that. He's got a million of them. A million of them. He likes doing magic tricks too. He's a cool dude. All right, let's get going. Here's what I want to share with you. So, Gustavo Mercedes. This is what happened. The event happened. I'm going to switch colors. I don't like red. The event happened. Totally unfair. Here's what they did. They reacted. And that is what created the outcome of them going to Thailand, of Mercedes becoming one of the top producers on the team. Mercedes passing people like their feet are nailed to the floor in personal production. I mean, like that feet nailed to the floor, and Mercedes just while she's learning to speak English. Mercedes, just you guys inspire me. So something really unfair happened in their life. What did they do? They responded like winners, like leaders. That's what they did. Here's what most people do. They complain about that. They whine, they cry, it's unfair, it's not right, it's just not right. But you can't change that. The only thing you can do is here, respond different. That's the only thing you can do. You can complain as much as you want. You could get a coalition of the upset together to talk about this event. Or you could choose to respond different. It's one or the other, but you can only control one thing. If you're upset about something unfair that came your way, let me tell you something. I got bad news. This is going to happen again. And again. And if it's anything like my life, it's going to happen just when you thought you had it all together. Finally got everything rolling the right way. Dadgummit. That's what's going to happen. We can't change that. We can change this. We are in control of this. We are in control of this. So don't get mad at this. Don't get mad at the event. Choose to take control of what you do next. It's that simple. It's that simple. Especially within the system where it's easier than it's ever been to be promoted. It's easier than it's ever been to win the trips. I mean, a 10% credit for annuities on the trip. Nobody in the industry does that. The levels got even simpler. How fast Soto, Jeremico, Beal, how fast they could rocket to EVP. It's never been simpler. But I'll tell you something, unfair stuff will still happen, but control what we can control. What can we control? We can sell, we can recruit, we can build. We can personally produce, we can sell. We can personally produce and sell, we can recruit, and we can build a team. You can do that. You can do that. And I'll tell you another thing I'm fired up about Gustavo is he sees why to build a big team now. Having gone through what they went through, he's going to build a team with that motivation. I'm telling you, it's going to be crazy. So if we're trying to solve this reaction thing, what do? I've got 7 questions that I want to share with you. And I'm going to try and get done just a little bit early today so we can all get back at it and attack it. All right. Number 1, when you're trying to get to the R, right? When you're trying to, never mind, I erased it apparently. When you're trying to figure out what the right R is to get to the O I want, number 1, how did I create that? How did I create that? People do that with their finances all the time. You'll see people that are constantly in financial mess after financial mess after financial mess, and it's never their fault. It's always this or that or the other. How did I create that? That's the key to starting to fix it. People are always in a mess. People always be in a mess in their relationships. How did I create that? How did I create that? Holly is less than enthused with me. How did I create that? Not why is she like that? How did I create that? Remember, we go back to how we started the call. We created the current circumstances that we live under. How did I create that? How did I create that? Number 2, what was I thinking? So how did I create that? What was I thinking when I did what I did to create that? So like we could go a positive example. Gustavo and Mercedes, they find out about the brain tumor. That's the event. What were they thinking when they made the decision to make it happen? That's some good leadership stuff right there. Gustavo and Mercedes, you could go back and mine those thoughts. Whew. So how did you create qualifying for Thailand and having a record production month? Right? What were you thinking when that event came? There's some leadership gold to be mined there, Gustavo, Mercedes. What were my beliefs? What were my beliefs? That's number 3. What were my beliefs? Can you see how all of these are geared? And I'm using Gustavo and Mercedes as a positive example, but we could do the same with anything we're not happy about in our life. Any current circumstance we're looking at, we're like, I got debt, I got this, I don't like that, I don't like how I feel, I don't like anything that you want to uncreate. These questions are the key to uncreating it. So how did I create that? What was I thinking? What were my beliefs? Remember, your beliefs drove the thinking that caused the action, the reaction that created the circumstance. So we're really getting to the core now. What beliefs created that thinking? What did I say or not say? Again, if we're trying to uncreate a circumstance that we don't like, the only thing we can do is take responsibility for our behavior in the R that led to the outcome that we don't like. So what did I say or not say? Number 5, what did I do or not do to create that result? What did I do or not do to create that result? Go back to the positive example of Gustavo and Mercedes. What did they do when the brain tumor came about and Gustavo was not going to be able to drive and personally produce? What did they do? They got busy. Mercedes said, I'm going to learn how to become one of the top salespeople in the team. That's what just gets me so fired up. I love it when you pass people on the leaderboards, Mercedes. It just gets me fired up. I'm like, I'm going to decide to become one of the top producers on the team. That's what I'm going to do. What am I not going to do? I'm not going to sit and pout. I'm going to go personally produce. I'm not going to sit and pout and not personally produce. I'm going to go personally produce and go and partner. That's one thing that I have needed to do. I'm right there with you, Mercedes. That's why I love battling with you on the leaderboards, because I'm having to learn too. If we had a paperwork I screwed up leaderboard, let me tell you, I would have killed all y'all in November and December. Yet nobody would have even been close on the paperwork I screwed up leaderboard. What did I do or not do to create that result? What Mercedes and Gus did not do was sit and pout and not go personally produce. What Mercedes and Gus did do is figure out how to personally produce. And then Gustavo had to figure out stuff that he hadn't been doing. I bet you can cook, dude. I bet you can cook by now. I think you're just being humble. They had to completely shift how they did their whole universe. That's what they did do. What they didn't do is sit and pout. I'm so inspired by that. Number 6, can I be clear with you? I hate that number 6 is true. I mean, I'm using the word hate here about the number 6 point that I'm getting ready to share. I hate that it's true. I wish that it wasn't. And yet it is. Number 6, how did I get the other person to act that way? God, can't they just be crazy or stupid or can't they just be? Can't it just be them that were stupid? Can it be? What did I do? Evan, I see in the chat, number 3 is what were my beliefs? Because that drives your thinking. I do watch the chat, by the way, unless I forget. I have it loaded anyway. Number 3 was what are my beliefs? Number 4, what did I say or not say? What I say or not say? Number 5, and this was the one I was just hammering on with Gustavo and Mercedes. What did I do or not do to create that result? Gustavo, the reason I hammered on that, I was just thinking on this early this morning as I was looking at my notes. Just, we don't often realize the power of a decision we're about to make. Like y'all said, we're not going to sit and pout and not personally produce. We've still got to personally produce. So what do we need to do? That moment in time, God, when you start looking at things through this lens, it'll make you a little paranoid. So if I ever seem paranoid, it's because I am just a little bit, because I'm thinking about the impact of every decision. It's powerful. Maybe if you grew up in the 80s like I grew up, you remember Choose Your Own Adventure books. If you don't, Google it, Choose Your Own Adventure books. You would read a page and you make a choice at the bottom of the page, and they would tell you to turn to another page or another page based on the choice you make at the bottom of the page, and it would change the narrative as you'd make the decisions throughout the book. That's exactly how life works. All right. How did I get the other person to act that way? Number 6. How did I get them to react that way? Are there cases where someone's just being an absolute crybaby, or just being an absolute drama queen or king, or just being an absolute idiot? We always have at least some percentage in the negotiation. Now, I'm not saying you can change everybody, but we always have at least some percentage of the negotiation. That's when people go, my upline, I don't like my upline. He don't understand me. He don't, Andy don't understand me. Andy don't. I hear you. But we always have at least some percentage in the problem. You know what I'm saying? So what did I do? That's the only one you can fix. And let me tell you something. There have been some situations in my life where I did not want to apply number 6, but going, what can I own in that has changed a relationship in my life. I mean, 100%. There are relationships in my life that has been a game changer in. Going, what did I do to make the other person act that way? Crazy. It's crazy when you think about it. All right. And again, I'm not saying you can convert them all. I got family members. God, there's not enough time in this universe for me to be nice enough to flip them. And that is what it is. But I've always got to look at how did I get the other person to act that way? How did I create that? So we go back to one of those people that you just can't change because they're just a crybaby. They don't want to change. We'll go back to number one. How did I create that? In other words, how do I create the way I feel inside about this circumstance? Then we just go back through it. So you can't just work back through it if it's a situation you can't change. But like I said, I'd like for number 6 to not be true. I'd like for it all to always just be everybody else's fault. I'm just like you, but it's not. There's no happiness in always being right. Best marital advice I ever got. You can be right or you can be happy. Not going to get to be both most often. All right, number 7, because we got to get going. What do I need to do differently next time to get the result I want? What do I need to do differently next time to get the result I want? So, crap, I missed the Thailand trip. That sucks. That's not fair. Okay, get over it. What do I need to do different next time? I need to hammer down personal production. That's what I need to do next time. Make sure, don't even leave it on the table. I'm going to win Seattle and Alaska as a personal producer and as an agency manager. I'm going to win both. I'm going to make sure. I'm telling you. What do I need to do different next time? What do I need to do different next time? I upset Holly with something I said. What do I need to do different next time? Think through how, you know what I'm saying? Well, what do I need to do different next time to get the result that I want? What do I want? I want to be happy. I want to be fulfilled. I want to be successful. So if I'm ever not in those circumstances, happy, fulfilled, successful, then I've got to go, what do I need to do differently? How did I create that? I'm not happy. How did I create that? What was I thinking? What were my beliefs? And most of the time, 99% of the time, it's limiting beliefs that you're looking to root out there. It's limiting beliefs. Before I started coming back, tearing it up in personal production, I was telling myself, I had a ton of reasons I could explain why the organization the size of mine, you have to understand that I can sell you on it. I was selling me on it. Limiting beliefs. Once the limiting belief went away, all right, now I'm gonna get out there. I'm gonna fight with Mercedes in production. I love it. What did I do or not do to create that result? How did I get the other person to act that way? Big one. What do I need to do different? So why this message? Because I know where we're at. It's 2021. God, please do not be stuck in 2020. I still don't like this one thing Andy said in 2020. Oh, good God. I still don't like the way my spouse did this in 2020. Don't live in the past. Good Lord. I know it's not you. Me and you are leaders. We're forward-thinking people. But there is some stuff we left on the table in 2020. There are some circumstances in our life that we wish were different now. And I want you to get them there. I don't want you to barely win the trip. I want you to crush the trip. I want you to destroy the trip to where you come into July and you're like, well, I got the trip and the extension one. I guess I'll just start stacking up spending money, a little walking around money while I'm in Alaska. I guess I'll just do that. I'll go out and put another 300,000 on the leaderboards the last 6 months of the year. Whatever it is, you see what I'm saying? Like, I'm just telling you, I want you to win in 2020 the way you want to win in 2020 or 2021. I made the joke about living in 2020 and then I screw up and say 2020. I want you to win in 2021 more than you possibly know. And that's why this series of messages over the past 3 weeks, getting you ready with choices to make, right? What we choose changes what we see. Remember the message from 3 weeks ago, the message last week, all around how to get your goals done. And then this message. So that you look at any circumstances or situations and you go, I carried this into 2021 from 2020 and I don't like it. I got to own it. And now we know what to do to change it. Guys, Holly and I love you. We want you to win more than you possibly know. And you say, I'm brand new. I just started today. Well, we're going to love you until we meet you. We want you to win. We wake up every day fired up out of our minds. It's unbelievable that 2 regular people get to have the life we get to have. And we just want to help as many people get there as possible. So I say that to say this. Let's make 2021 the best year in the history of your family. Let's go. Let's get it. Dear God, it's already the 11th. We got to go. We got to go. Hammer down. Love y'all.